opposition says they are building numbers. Manus public servants learn importance of ICAC. And 65-year-old Telefomin woman nears government assistance for voluntary work.
This is the National EMTV News with Meriba Tulo.
Good evening and welcome to Sunday's news. Thank you for joining us. As the October Parliament session approaches, the opposition says it is collecting numbers for a vote of no confidence against the leader of the ruling coalition. Opposition leader Don Pollier, with other members of the group, including Vanimo Green MP Belda Nama, say they are intact and ready to move a motion against the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill has said in recent weeks that he is confident against any attempt at a vote of no confidence motion. Quinton Alomp reports.
The opposition leader is more confident this time that a vote of no confidence will be moved when Parliament resumes on the 27th of this month. In a media conference today, Don Pollier, flanked by PNG Party leader Belda Nama, Pangu Party leader Sem Basil, Kikori MP Mark Mapakai, the newly elected Goilala MP William Semb, and Pogera Layagam MP Nixon Mangape. They did not confirm how many MPs they have on the side. However, Pollier says they have the numbers, claiming that they are in conversation with MPs in government and the middle benches. The opposition points out four main reasons why they want vote of no confidence against Prime Minister Peter O'Neill. The reasons range from violation of constitutional processes to poor checks and balance, interference with state agencies to carry out their task independently, and the declining state of the economy, among others.
So there you have three major reasons of national importance: violations of laws, breaches of laws, and you have compromising of institutions and governance. You have the undermining of officers who are carrying out their duties. And finally, the fourth reason being the mismanagement of the country's economy. I said three reasons, but in fact, four reasons.
Former opposition leader Belda Nama made his intention clear that he will stand with the opposition for the good of the country.
We are all united for this cause, and the cause is one thing: save our country. Let's save our country now, before it's too late. Thank you.
I've maintained my stance since November 2011, 3 months after the four of us in the front bench here of the opposition have installed Peter O'Neill as the Prime Minister. There was a 40 million kina payment to a prominent lawyer. We found out that Peter O'Neill supported during that time. That is when we realized that we made a really big mistake by putting Peter O'Neill up as the Prime Minister.
They claim that their intention is not to remove any state ministers. However, they will push a vote of no confidence to remove the Prime Minister. The opposition says many decisions taken by the government, including the UBS loan, are not healthy for the country, and they will review them if the vote of no confidence is successful. Quinton Alomp, National EMTV News.
Members of the Manus provincial government and its administration have learnt the importance of having Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC. Director for Social Policy and Governance within the Department of Prime Minister and NEC, Christopher Asa, spoke to the Manus provincial staff during awareness on the rollout program on the District Development Authority. Asa stressed the importance of having the ICAC as an independent body to curb corruption in the government sector. The main purpose of the commission, he said, was to cooperate with other agencies to prevent, reduce and fight corrupt conduct. He told the Manus administration staff that the establishment of ICAC was part of a broader strategy contained in the National Anti-Corruption Strategy 2010 to 2030, which was operationalized through three-year operational plans, such as the National Anti-Corruption Plan of Action 2012 to 2015. A 65-year-old woman who has dedicated her life to serving others in the rural isolated mountains of Telefomin, West Sepik Province, has dreamt that one day her efforts would be recognized by the government. And after 50 years, her dream has come close to reality. For years, she struggled to seek government help until she finally met with the Community Development Minister, Delilah Gore, several days ago.
65-year-old Jessie Bong is a selfless woman who has dedicated her life voluntarily to serve people in a community. A isolated Eliptamin village in Telefomin is rugged with no road to Vanimo town, its provincial capital, and access to health and education services is slim. At the age of 10, she developed polio, a disease many children in her area became vulnerable to because of limited immunization coverage at the time. She was living with polio till the age of 16 when a Baptist church missionary visited the area and took her for treatment in Australia. By then, her left leg was paralyzed and she underwent surgery. With no formal education, she came back to Eliptamin with crutches with the aim of helping women in the village.
This time me coming up, me work out them, no got pay. Just me make him tell some helping people want them or something net sapet or want them bells also. Long helping more people blow me.
She became a welfare officer in a village and recently a literacy trainer after completing a training course with a mission school in Bans, Jiwaka. For over 40 years, no government has recognized her. However, she met prominent businesswoman advocate Janet Sape through a mobile phone conversation that resulted in her meeting Minister Delilah Gore in person today.
Artwork, you make him over 60 years. You not make him blow you yet. You did it for the women of your province and Papua New Guinea.
Time me stop or say me and me find him hard, yeah. Long go help you more people blow me. No got help me, no got money, no got whatever, yeah. Kapali no got it looks happen. And me talk towards him.
She was presented with a new wheelchair by the Kapi Foundation today. Quinten Alomp, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll have more stories for you after the break. Welcome back to the news. To the autonomous region of Bougainville now, and 3 police personnel have been wounded. The incident took place in Buin this morning, as according to eyewitnesses, and rushed to the Arawa hospital. A police vehicle is reportedly smashed. Contacts with the police and health officials in Arawa today were unsuccessful. Moving on, and PNG Australia Alumni Association now has a chapter in the autonomous region of Bougainville. PNG Australia Alumni Association President Dr. Teotolohi Maitanaho said while launching the chapter in Arawa, the new chapter provides opportunity for high-achieving Bougainvilleans to develop and maintain a network with other alumni across PNG. The Arab chapter will serve as a hub for information about Australia Award scholarships and provide members with professional development training and access to a small grants program.
The opportunity in Bougainville is immense. There are people here who have education, who have knowledge, and who have some ideas that they would like to bring together and discuss in a forum like the through mechanism provided like through workshops by the chapter in Arawa.
Turning overseas now, and thousands of people fled as powerful Typhoon Kopu hit the northern Philippines early today, battering coastal towns with powerful winds that forecasters warned could last up to 3 days. No casualties have been reported, but about 6,500 people were evacuated from their homes and taken to safer ground, and the number was expected to rise as the storm slowly ground inland across the main island of Luzon, the Philippine civil defense official said. This report from CNN.
Yes, Ariel, we continue to experience some intermittent rains over here in Oro province in the northern part of the Philippines. We have been here for the past 24 hours, and it hasn't. The situation hasn't changed for even a bit. We have been here since 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and that's Saturday here in the Philippines, already Sunday here, and there has been a lot of changes. We still continue to hear a lot of howling sounds of the wind, and we also experience a lot of intensified rains from time to time. Let me give a situation of where I am right now. I'm standing here in Quezon Highway. This is very much near to the National Highway here in Baler in Aurora. And the flood waters here are already ankle deep. We have asked the residents here, and they say that this is a very unusual scenario for them because for the past years, Baler has always been a passage point of a lot of typhoons in the Philippines, but this is very much different because their streets where they are now residing is not always flood prone. So it's also very surprising that a lot of them are not yet leaving their areas. We have seen some disaster officers already walking around the area earlier to ask the people maybe to evacuate. We are also about to evacuate after this report because we need to also be safe. But we have gone around the Baler earlier, and we have seen a lot of places that already are submerged in flood already. We have talked to the disaster officer, and he said that four barangays, we call small towns here in the Philippines barangays, 4 barangays already submerged in a flood now. Actually, disaster officers here are asking for help from the national government for manpower because they'll be needing much help for them to transport thousands of people that are still stranded in these barangays. We have gone to some evacuation centers. They have opened their evacuation centers since yesterday morning to accommodate the people coming from these small towns.
You're watching National EMTV News. After the break, we'll bring to you Trukai Sports. Don't go away.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Sports Minister Justin Chachenko says Papua New Guinea is prepared to host future international sporting events. This is because of the available world-class sporting facilities.
Papua New Guinea this year hosted one of the most successful Pacific Games that proves the nation can host future international sporting events. Mr. Chachenko says PNG aims to become the Pacific region's sporting hub, and the country is also ready to host more regional sporting events.
Embrace sport, to have some of the best facilities in the region, in the Pacific, that everybody will use PNG as a new sporting hub for the whole of the Pacific and the region.
Sports has created an avenue to promote the country's image, and PNG is right on track to become the center of sport in the Pacific. There are plans to upgrade and build new venues to attract numerous sporting events in the future.
So we've got a lot to look forward to, FIFA World Cup 2016, Rugby League World Cup 2017, and then APEC in 2018. The world is watching Papua New Guinea.
The onus is now on the people to take pride in the facilities for PNG to be able to host bigger and better events. Dion Kombang, National EMTV Sports.
The Trukai Fun Run remains the biggest sport for all in Papua New Guinea, with an estimated 50,000 people taking part annually. The PNG Olympic Committee is working to have a stronger partnership with major sponsor Trukai, with the signing of a new sponsorship agreement.
Over 80,000 Fun Run shirts were sold in the 2015 event, although it is estimated that less than half of that number took part in the nationwide event. And this year, it coincided with the Pacific Games opening date. Sales and Marketing General Manager for Trukai, Andrew Daubney, says the focus, however, isn't just on promotion alone, but also in developing sport in the country, with the focus on health and healthy living. Shajon Dawanikura, President of the PNG Olympic Committee, said that there are plans in place for the Fun Run to be more inclusive than it is at the moment.
Because at the end of the day, we have to promote them as a good corporate citizen, investing their profits back into the community, and involving the community at large in the biggest nationwide Fun Run. Is the biggest sports for all event, I dare say, and I put my neck out.
Open up the Fun Run to more cities and towns across the country is going to bring more people enjoying the Fun Run, and also raising more funds to send our athletes to Rio Olympics next year. So the expansion is going to come out of more regions.
Major events for the PNG Olympics calendar for the next few years will include the Mini Pacific Games, the Olympics and Commonwealth Games, with the Trukai Fun Run still the major fundraiser as they look to send more of Papua New Guinea's best athletes to these events. Jeremy Moggy, National EMTV Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The weather details for the next 24 hours after these messages.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. First of all, in the southern region, Port Moresby, mostly fine and dry. Mostly fine and dry as well in Alotau, mostly fine in Popaneta, and fine weather expected in Daru and Kerma. To the Momase region, fine and cloudy for Ley and Wau, mostly fine and dry for Madang and Wewak, and mostly fine and dry as well for Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands region, fine and dry for Lorengau, Kavieng and Buka, mostly fine in Kokopo and Rabaul, and mostly fine as well in Kimbe. And in the Highlands region, low cloud expected in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg. Before we go, a recap of our main stories again. Opposition says it is building numbers for a vote of no confidence. Manus public servants learn about the importance of ICAC, and a 65-year-old woman gets closer to getting government support for her volunteer work in Telefomin. And that's the way it is this Sunday, the 18th of October. From the EMTV News team, pleasant viewing. Good night.